have the Yankees, do they possibly have a full-time DH right here on their hands? Because we don't know when Giancarlo Stanton's going to be back. And I kind of want to, I like Ben Rice's plate discipline to be like, let him face the lefties. Let's see what the kid's got. Because I'd rather give the young guy a shot, especially early on in the season, to really know what you have there before you have to force your hand and say, we really need to get another bat.
Yeah, I don't see this as a complete mystery guest. I think on our first show of spring, I said the Yankees think he's going to be a 5-hole hitter. That's where he's going to get. Now, did they think he was going to get there in 2025? I'm not sure that they thought that, but he does not lack for confidence, including that he thinks he's a major league catcher. And, like to have a third catcher on the roster offers a little value because you could do multiple pinch running if you need to, or you could survive an injury if you have that weird injury to a second catcher. But he is going to get a chance. Like I have to assume that Giancarlo Stanton is let's put the most optimistic spin on it. May 15th, right? Like if we're saying like a quarter of the season, well, that's 200 plate appearances from now for the DH spot. So, he's going to get that run, and we'll see. Because I think his at bats were, especially early last year, good, and even when they were not successful late, there was still a lot of hard hit balls / good deep count at bats. It was kind of like a little bit following the track of Austin Wells, which was like Austin Wells early last year. I think, right? I was a guy. These are good at bats. They are not ending in results. But if you're watching the at bats, I'm a big guy for dragging the at bat late, swinging at strikes. And Austin Wells was doing that. And ultimately ended up the cleanup hitter for quite a while because the results began to catch up to it. So,
and they gave Austin Wells that run to let him figure it out.
I don't think the Yankees have an alternative unless they're like, we want to preserve Judge so much he's going to do the majority of the DHing. So, look, there'll be a little bit of a battle for whose bat plays better, Grisham or Rice. I would think that Rice is a guy because he's homegrown and he's in control beyond this year. Grisham's a free agent. They'd like to give as long a runway to as possible to see if he could do it. He's going to get it. The Yankees are very, very heavily left-handed, but the division is very, very heavily right-handed as far as starting pitchers. I think there's only outside of the Yankees 2 lefty starting pitchers, Garrett Crochet and Shane McClanahan in the division right now. So they're going to see a ton of righty pitching, especially when they're playing in the division, which means they're going to get to play all these lefty bats a lot. And I'm even curious, like Dom Smith has hit the ball great down here. I don't know what it means. Like by the way, there was a time 7-8 years ago, I thought Dom Smith might win a batting title. Like I thought great of Dom Smith when I watched him with the Mets all the time, and it just never kind of fully popped. He had like a good season and a half, and it never fully popped for him. He's doing well here. Do you want to carry yet another lefty bat on the bench? Like, when would that play?
Yeah.
When would it play? Unless you're saying like Goldschmidt needs to be like, at this point, play 3 out of every 4 instead of like 9 out of every 10.
But Ben Rice can play first base though as the backup.
Right,
first
you right. But I guess what you could go even heavier left-handed then, right? And where Rice is still the DH,
right?
And Dom Smith steps in and plays first base. I think this is very fluid because if the Yankees end up with that right-hand hitter without subtracting anything, I think then it becomes almost impossible for Smith,
right,
to make the team. I guess if it's a third baseman and they get rid of Peraza, he could still make it. And that might be a better situation. I think if Oswald Peraza is going to be a player, it's hard to believe it's going to be for the New York Yankees. It just feels like that little bit of it went wrong here, and it's impossible to save it now.